Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for joining me today because we have some very exciting General Hospital news to talk about, and it's definitely worth the wait. I tell you what, folks, I've been watching General Hospital for more years than I care to count, and every time I think I've seen it all, these writers throw another curveball that gets me right in the feels. You know, the latest spoilers have me smiling and shaking my head at the same time. Looks like Ethan Lovett, that charming troublemaker, played by Nathan Dean, might just ride in to help his half-sister Lulu Spencer when she needs it most. And let me tell you, if anybody can pull off what she's cooking up, it's probably him. Lulu's been through the ringer lately, and now she's gearing up for something big. From what I'm seeing, she might have to grab little Rocco and hit the road. Yeah, that sweet boy of hers. And in the promo for this week, in 18 to 22, you can see her going toe-to-toe with Dante about the whole runaway plan. Dante's face is dead serious when he tells her she's not turning their son into a fugitive. Lord, my heart went out to both of them. You can feel the love and the fear mixed together in that argument. Then there's that scene with Rocco holding up a brand new passport. The name on it, Tyler Anderson, not Rocco Falconeri. That little detail gave me chills. It's clearly a fake one, and I sat there thinking, well, now how in the world is Lulu going to pull this off? That's when my mind went straight to Ethan. That boy has been all over the world running cons and staying one step ahead of trouble his whole life. If there's anyone who knows how to create a brand new identity that actually works, it's Ethan Lovett. I can just picture him showing up with that easy grin of his, sliding an envelope across the table and saying something like, "Sis, I've got you covered. Nobody's going to find you to unless you want them to." It makes perfect sense, doesn't it? Blood is thicker than water, even when you've got different mamas. Lulu's always been a fighter, but right now she needs someone who knows the shady side of life and isn't afraid to use it to protect family. I'm really hoping Ethan steps up. Not because I want her to run, heaven knows I don't, but because a mother's love can make a person do just about anything to keep her child safe. I'll be glued to the screen this week, that's for sure. These stories always remind me how messy, complicated, and beautiful family can be. What do you folks think? Should Lulu take the chance and run, or is there still hope for her and Dante to work things out? I'd love to hear your thoughts too. I tell you what, this whole situation with Lulu has me sitting on the edge of my recliner, coffee in hand, just thinking about how complicated family can get. She's Luke Spencer's daughter, after all, that crafty old fox who could talk his way out of anything. So part of me figures Lulu might try to handle this passport mess all by herself. She's got that Spencer blood running through her veins, the kind that makes you clever and quick when trouble's knocking at the door. Maybe she'll sweet talk somebody down at the courthouse or pull a few strings we don't even know about. And let's be honest, if the writers at General Hospital don't feel like explaining every little detail, they'll probably just do what soaps do best, wave that old television magic wand. One minute there's a problem, the next minute Lulu's got perfect passports in her purse like it was nothing. I've seen that happen plenty of times over the years, and it always makes me chuckle and shake my head. But, you know, I've got a strong feeling this time it's going to play out different and a whole lot more heartfelt. I think Lulu's finally going to reach out to her half-brother, Ethan Lovett. She'll swallow that big Spencer pride of hers and admit she needs him, really needs him. Can you imagine how hard that phone call or that meeting must be for her? Here's a mama who's fought tooth and nail for her kids, now having to look her brother in the eyes and say, "I can't do this alone." She'll ask him to use all those shady connections he's built up from years of traveling the world and running cons. Just 2 clean passports, one for her and one for little Rocco. Nothing fancy, just something that'll let him disappear for a while if things go south. I can picture Ethan sitting there with that half smile of his, eyebrows raised, asking all the questions a big brother should ask. He'll know right away that Rocco's in real trouble. He's not stupid. He's seen enough danger in his own life to recognize when a kid needs protecting. But Lulu, being the fierce, protective mother she is, will probably stop him right there. She'll take his hands, look him straight in the face with those worried eyes, and say something like, "Ethan, please, don't ask me for the details. Just trust me. I'm his mother. I know what's best for my boy right now." Her voice will probably crack a little. You can just feel how scared and determined she is all at once. And here's the part that really gets me right in the heart. According to the latest from General Hospital, Ethan's going to step up like family should. On the episode airing May 20th, he's supposed to look at his sister and give her his word. He'll promise to help her, no questions asked beyond what she's willing to share. Just a quiet, solid, "I've got you, sis." Man, that kind of moment reminds me of the old saying my grandpa used to tell me, blood's thicker than water, and family sticks together when the storm hits. Watching all this unfold has me feeling a whole mix of things. I'm worried for Lulu and that sweet little boy, but I'm also touched by the idea of brother and sister coming together when it matters most. These characters have been part of my afternoons for so long they feel like distant relatives. I keep hoping things work out without her having to run, but if she does, I'm glad she won't be doing it completely alone. At the end of the day, that's what keeps me coming back to Port Charles, the messy, beautiful, painful, and wonderful thing we call family. Love makes people do crazy things, but sometimes that love is exactly what saves them. I'll be right here watching every minute of it, rooting for all of them to find their way. These stories may be fiction, but the feelings they stir up sure feel real. I tell you what, my friends, the more I think about this upcoming storyline on General Hospital, the more my heart just twists up in all kinds of ways. I can already picture Ethan Lovett sitting across from Lulu, looking at his half-sister with that mix of love and worry in his eyes. He's going to promise her right then and there that he'll do everything in his power to help. Not just a little favor, he's going to make sure she and little Rocco have a real solid chance to get out of the country safely if things turn dangerous. That boy has lived a rough life, traveling everywhere and staying one step ahead of trouble. So when he gives his word, I believe he means it with everything he's got. What really touches me deep down is why Ethan is so ready to step up like this. He still carries a heavy load from feeling like he let Delilah Wilson down, that whole situation with Lily Cardone still eats at him. I've seen that kind of guilt on people's faces before, and it changes a man. He doesn't want to repeat that pain, not with family. So when Lulu comes to him, I think he'll see it as his chance to finally do right by someone he cares about. It's the kind of quiet redemption that makes these stories so human and real. Lulu, being the strong-willed mama she is, won't hold back. She'll look him square in the face and make it crystal clear this isn't some small worry or temporary trouble. This is life and death for her and her son. You can just feel how desperate and determined she must be, laying everything on the line like that. A mother fighting for her child will move heaven and earth. And I think that raw honesty is what finally pushes Ethan to hand over those fake passports. He'll do it because he knows in his gut how serious this has become. Even so, I don't think it'll be easy for him. Ethan wants to help Lulu with every fiber of his being, but that doesn't stop the worries from piling up in his mind. He's seen too much of the dark side of life to just hand things over without thinking twice. That's probably why come May 21st, he's going to seek out Tracy Quartermain. I can imagine him approaching her carefully, trying to feel her out and asking what she might know about what's happening with Lulu and Rocco. Tracy's a sharp one. She's been around Port Charles long enough to smell trouble from a mile away. If Ethan even drops the smallest hint about the danger they're in, you can bet she'll get real concerned real fast. Her face will probably tighten up, and those wheels in her head will start turning 100 miles an hour. These characters have become like old friends after all this time, and I'll be sitting right here in my favorite chair, rooting for them with everything I've got. Family, protection, and second chances, that's what keeps this old heart coming back day after day. What a ride it's going to be.